Once again, these are the kind of dreams I was having in the 1970s, mid-70s. There's an old James Dean movie on TV, Saturday night, 10:30, Channel 9. The title is Buddy, and it co-stars Arthur Kennedy. It's not a particularly good film, but it is Dean's first. No one else seems to have ever heard of it. The plot makes me think it might be a sequel to Nicholas Ray's The Lusty Men, where ambitious cowpoke Kennedy is married to former hash slinger Susan Hayward and hopes to have broken ex-rodeo star Robert Mitchum teach him the trade so he can win enough from roping steers and bull riding to make a down payment on a ranch. It had a tragic ending for Mitchum's character. In Buddy, Dean plays an itinerant modern cowpoke who hires on to Kennedy's ranch. His character is a real shit and speaks with a thick Western Okie accent. I remember one scene in particular where he stands on their porch, talking Kennedy and his wife about one of his get-rich schemes. We watched this at Mike's pregnant sister's apartment. Although she doesn't look like Mike's sister Kathy, she looks more like Richard Harris's ex-wife, Ann Turkel. Bonnie and I sit on the couch, and though we have not been getting along, I feel the most intense desire to make love, and she gives me a similar eye. After we leave, we walk home to my parents' house through downtown Riverside, which is now a dangerous Chicano neighborhood. There's a stripped-down Monte Carlo just sitting at the curb, quietly belching exhaust from its ironing motor. All is dark inside. A lit roach flips out the window and falls on the sidewalk at our feet. Everywhere we walk, there's the strong scent of burning marijuana. I have my shirt off and eat a sloppy, hot sauce-saturated taco, and Bonnie follows behind me, dressed in her black jumpsuit. The threat of danger exudes from every dark corner on the street, but I feel confident and vulnerable. We pass a throng of Chicano youths who look after us, and then we are home. Coming up the driveway, I see someone in our room, a thief. He looks like a young kid who panics when he sees us running out. I yell for Bonnie to take the front of the house while I circle around the back. I catch up to him in the backyard, but he is now a 60-year-old man, heavy-set, with gray hair, glasses, and a black cardigan sweater. I grab at him and he spins around. "Oh, please let me go. I was set in my ways. Look how old I am." I'll never change. This is one of the few things that gives me pleasure. I steal from the dead, too. Remember that British Airways crash? I can just imagine the dead pilot saying, "Come on, mate, here you are. We're bringing down all these beautiful things for you." "No, I can't let you go. This must stop. The police," I shout. He tackles me to the ground beside my parents' swimming pool, his hands around my throat. "No police," he shouts. Suddenly Bonnie appears. She takes up a tricycle and brings it down on the man's head. The next day I find myself working for a small neighborhood newspaper. We're going to do a feature on youth gangs and head over to a high school in a part of town that is prone to violence. Once there, several people corral me and I'm drafted to have an, quote, example, unquote, I guess meaning demonstration fight with a red-headed young man. Sorry, I'm going to skip. This is called Love Part 1. Finally, the telephone rings. Which is more inflationary a challenge? Madame Mao's love of luxury or America cornering the black murder market on stolen plutonium? I say that Bordeaux is now into fashion, and I would like you to think that that is my, her sole interest in the matter, despite my complicity in voyeuristic car crash reports to the contrary. But then I remember one characteristic of our pioneering days. I prayed with the athletes of 60 million households that heard you describe over the megaphone the intrapsychic conflicts of our bedroom scripts, scenarios of winged pigs sprung from their camera cages by our mutually neurotic revenge traumas. There are moments I wouldn't trade for a mountain of uranium, but I don't know if any of us should be dancing today. I just lost all of my shame for a minute. Remember when they fired the tracers and lit the snow up all red? This wild scissors of city betrayal keeps me on my toes. I'm going to the surface to get a breath of air. I'm going to pull away limbs when I'm falling down. Facing the machine gun of the day-to-day, you're the only girl I can touch. Wife in a limbo, I get a taste of ashes in my mouth. It comes down just inside that shrunken bedroom door, your eyes teary and thumb hooked under front teeth. My baby, I've got everything on my shoulders now, still holding the rosary in one hand. I'm ready for the ambush. Some tomorrow, out in a burst chorus of glory. Can we meet halfway, discover the path again without self-conscious autobiographies, giving off the smell of ritual defeat? I want to be your lover, I want to be your man.